Hi guys, it's Owen here from InvestinU again with your weekly tips, tricks and shortcuts. Last week we discussed the fantastic screenshot tool, and I got some absolutely brilliant feedback from that one, and the fact that you can use it in multiple different applications, and lots of people saying to me they were doing it the old way, working with the old, print screen and all that kind of stuff. So today I thought I'd give you a look at SmartArt. Now, SmartArt, again, a bit like that screenshot tool, it exists in all the Microsoft Office applications. I tend to use it more in the likes of Word and especially in PowerPoint. Wait till you see what this tool can do in PowerPoint. So without further ado, let me just kind of step out of the presentation here like I always do. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to start with Microsoft Word, just a nice easy one to begin with, right? Now, I want you to picture this. You're developing a document in Word and you need a visual element to that. So you need a couple of shapes. Maybe you're doing a process of sorts, or maybe, and I've seen it done, maybe you're building an organizational chart. Okay, now I'm thinking basic org chart here, by the way, guys. I mean, if you were to say to me, well, yeah, I need to build quite a complex one, my advice would always be use the likes of Visio, Microsoft Visio. It doesn't come with the standard Microsoft suite. You have to pay a little bit extra, new license for it, but it's a fantastic tool for really detailed process charts, flow charts, organizational charts, that kind of thing. So that's my little bit of advice there. Microsoft Visio, fantastic. Anyway, moving on from there. So we need to create a flow chart or a process chart, okay? Or, as I said, even an organizational chart. How many of you out there do this? And I'm going to say this because I know a lot of people do. So what do you normally do? You go into insert and you'd go up to shapes here and you go, okay, well, the shape that I'm looking for, maybe I'll go with the rectangle or the rounded rectangle, and you draw in that shape. And now I want another one of those. So again, what do? I can duplicate this, I can copy and paste it, and you draw out your next one, and you do the same, and so on and so forth. You know exactly what I'm talking about here. Now, imagine you've got 4 or 5 shapes in that, or you've got that big org chart, or org chart you're building here. Where do you spend most of your time? I bet it's trying to align and distribute those, right? So you spend your time trying to align. Now you can see, Microsoft does come with grids that you can do, and you can see it kind of helps you, but not all the time. So I've seen over the years, 20 plus years, of people spending hours. And those that know about it, what I'm talking about, they can really relate to this one, okay? Well, that is until they brought out SmartArt. Now, it's been around for a while, but my God, it is a fantastic tool. Let me show you how it works. So I'm going to go up to my Insert tab because this is where we find it. And sitting on my Insert tab, same area as your screenshot tool that we discussed last week, is our illustrations. Hitting in there, SmartArt. Okay, what is it? Insert a SmartArt graphic to visually communicate your information. Fantastic. Well, let's see what we have. And look at this. Brings up my lovely choose a SmartArt graphic, and it gives you lists. Guess what? You want to get that point across. You don't want to use, I call them boring bullet points, especially in a PowerPoint presentation. We can create a fantastic visual list. What about processes? Okay, think about the different types of processes you've tried to build, but you've been building them manually. Cycles, hierarchies, there's our lovely organizational charts. There's loads of hours, as I say to people, hours of entertainment. Anyway, I'll just go with a simple process just to get the ball rolling, just so you can see what I'm talking about. Select this one. I'm going to go with the basic one. Look at this. Click OK. Hey, presto. Oh my God, look, it's actually pulled in. Imagine you didn't know about SmartArt. You would have done that yourself manually. Draw the shapes in, trying to align. It's doing it all for you. But look, it gets even better because I'm not trying to put the text and fit it into the boxes. Look, I have a little text box over here. Now, if you find when you first bring it open, that's not there. There's a little arrow. Click on it. It'll bring that text area here. So all I have to do, this could be phase 1 of the process. Look at this. It's resizing the text and everything for me. Come in here. Look, I'm going to go to phase 2. Brilliant. Let's go and do a third phase here, phase 3. Now, we suddenly realize, actually, this is a 4-phase process or a 5-phase process. What do? How do we add in a bullet point in Word or in PowerPoint? Well, over here, we hit the Enter key. Watch what happens. Look at that. It actually inserts the shape for you, does all the alignment, does the resizing. So when I put in my phase 4 I mean, how good is that? Now, again, I just picked the basic process one. All right. Now, here's the thing. What if you said, let's add a little bit extra to this? Again, you might remember me talking about my contextual tabs. When you select an object, your specific contextual tabs dedicated to that object will appear. I have 2, SmartArt design, format. So I can come in here and go, okay, well, let's try a different look to it. I don't like these, maybe. I want to try something different. Look, come into the layouts. Watch this. I can even hover over any of these and the live preview of Microsoft kicks in to show me what it will look like with that. So it's taken my text and incorporated it in. So would that look? Okay, I can hover over any of these, find one. Actually, I like the look of that one. I didn't have to copy and paste the text out to bring it back in again. It's doing it all for me. I mean, how good is that? It just makes life so much easier. Now I'm thinking, okay, don't really like the blue, so I can come in here and I can go, okay, let's change the colors and look my lovely live preview. I'm sure you're all used to this one. And I can hover over these, or I can set my own, create my own color scheme. I'm going to go for a really nice colorful one here. That's the one I'm going to go for. Not only that, but look, I can even add a style to it, a nice 3D element to it. Really give it that extra bit so it pops off the page. Look at this. I hover over these. I mean, how good is that? Find the one you like. I'm going to go with this one. Nice kind of drop shadow effect kind of to each of these. And it makes it look like it's sitting off the page. I mean, how long did that take me? I didn't have to spend hours doing it. That's where the SmartArt graphic comes into play. Really good for visual tools like that. Believe it or not, guys, it gets even better. Watch this. So I'm going to go about PowerPoint because it exists in PowerPoint. And actually, this is where I've used it the most over the years. So if I insert a new slide here, I'm going to use my lovely shortcut key, Control M, and you can see it'll insert a new slide for me. Or for some reason, that shortcut key is not working. So I'll just simply come up here and I'm going to go with, say, let's go with a title and content layout here. Okay, now we know how wonderful SmartArt is. You've seen it. There it is there. Look, sitting in your insert tab, SmartArt, or sitting in the placeholder, you can see it there. There's SmartArt. Brilliant. So I can click on it, do exactly as I did. I've got the same options. Look at this. Same options as I did in Microsoft Word. But here's where it takes it to the next level. So one of the things I encourage my users to do often is input your information first, then worry about the formatting. So let's say, for example, I come in here and I go, okay, well, actually, I'm just going to put in a couple of bullet points here. So that's step 1, step 2, step 3, and I'll just do a step 4 here. Okay. And again, you're looking at that and you're saying, yeah, I really wanted to grab people's attention. Boring bullet points don't really do that for me in my presentation. Okay. Now, by the way, I have a load of rule of thumb when it comes to PowerPoint and stuff like that. And as we go through these, I'll pass a lot of that on for you as well. I mean, these are courses we give and InvestinU all the time. Okay. But this one, again, you could space all this out, but it would look so much better with a visual element to it. SmartArt, right? Brilliant. Watch this. Highlight that text. Highlight those bullet points. Back up to your home tab. Sitting under the home tab, under the paragraph grouping, is a button called Convert to SmartArt. So there's no more me cutting that out, inserting my SmartArt to paste the text in. Watch this. Hover over. Look what it's doing. I mean, how good is that? So I can find one I like the look of. Let's go with this one again. Bingo. It does the work for me. Think about if you were inserting your shapes, you're aligning them, you're trying to put your text in there. It's doing the whole thing for you. And again, okay, well, let's add another element to it here. I like this one. Like step process, step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay, I can add a nice color scheme to this then. I can then go into the styles and you can see in a matter of seconds, I can take what was 4 boring bullet points and give them that nice visual effect. The only major downside, and it's not really major actually, the only kind of downside is this, and just remember this and then I'm going to sign off. When you work with SmartArt, an animation animation treats the object as one. So if I came in here and I said, I want this object here to, let's just do a fly in, just see the way the whole thing comes in. So what you have to do to get that to work, to get them to come individually, is you need to ungroup them. Now, when you ungroup them, it no longer becomes a SmartArt graphic, so you lose that ability. But these are just a couple of things to bear in mind. Anyway, guys, I hope you loved that tip, like last week's one. Don't be afraid to give us a bit of feedback on these. If there's any particular areas you're interested in finding out about, put them in the comments. Email us, okay? info@investinu.ie. But don't forget to check us out. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We have our YouTube channel, InvestinU Ireland, or InvestinU, you'll find it. And also you'll find all of these on our website too, www.investinu.ie. As always, guys, I'll talk to you next week. Stay safe.